Greg, the game was tight for about 11 seconds, and then, you know, I don't think anyone was super surprised. I didn't know that it would get to 79 points. They actually kind of called off the dogs pretty early.
Yeah.
There was really nothing that can be done. They could have scored a lot more. Just your reaction to what you saw and kind of how that pivots into week 2. Who impressed you? And is there any area of the team that you think needs work?
Well, I thought the third down, if you really want to nitpick, and James Franklin brought it up after the game, Bob, the third down, I think they were 1 of 8. Maybe I didn't face that many third downs because they didn't have to, but that was a problem last year. It was something that they weren't very good at, and it was something they wanted to correct during the offseason. So to come out in this first game and struggle in that area, I think is noteworthy. But otherwise, I mean, Idaho wasn't even on the same, you know, they just... Right. That's not a team that's going to come in here and compete with you in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, the receiver did drop any passes. They also didn't have too many contested catches. Yeah, the running backs look good, but they were mostly just running away from guys who had no chance to catch them. So, you know, it's a good win, and you got to start somewhere. Penn State does. They got a lot of guys experienced, but I don't think it's something you're going to draw too many conclusions off of.
So, Greg, they played a lot of young guys. It was 10 true freshmen. Originally, I thought it was 9. Salim Morley played late. One of the advantages to playing teams like Idaho and next week Buffalo at Beaver Stadium in prime time is these young guys are going to get a lot of significant snaps because really the season begins week 3, noon start at home against Pittsburgh. The only question if you're James Franklin and the coaching staff is, who do you decide you want to play more than 4 games?
Right.
And who do you want to hold back in case of injury? I mean, all the kids that played, I thought played pretty well on first glance. I think all of them really contributed. The running backs all look good. So what do you do?
I think it's a safe bet that the 2 running backs, Ford and Kane, they're going to play. The 2 linebackers, Smith and Dixon, they're going to play. Keaton Ellis is going to play. Based on the amount of time Joey Porter Jr. saw,
Remember, Donovan Johnson wasn't here today.
Well, right, yeah, he had a 1-game suspension, so we'll see how that works out. But, you know, I think at least those 5, then you have Porter Jr. is going to be in the mix. Caden Wallace, they want him to be a backup. He's going to be in the mix. There's some others that, you know, you might consider playing a little bit more. I don't think Salim Morley is going to be a guy you play a ton. But, I mean, I also think it may be a little bit of a change in philosophy that they know at this point that so many guys might leave after the third year to go to the NFL. Or they might not be here at 5. So is the red shirt important anymore?
What's the point?
For a lot of these
if they're
guys?
good, they should play.
Right.
Since this is kind of a look-ahead video, what's your concern about Pat Freiermuth, who only played the first half? What do you think? He looked like he took a good shot. I saw him come off the field. He didn't look like he was too distressed. They let him come back on the field. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he'll have to go through, I'm sure, concussion testing if he hasn't already, the protocol.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it didn't look great when everybody else was running off the field, and he was walking very gingerly along the sideline over there back to the locker room before halftime. So we'll see. You know, if you're going to have, it's unfortunate to have it happen. I'm really not sure either way I think it looked at for targeting. But at any rate, if you're going to have it happen, you might as well have it now and not during that 3-game stretch of, Michigan State, Iowa, and that point of the season.
All right, Greg, we heard about speed all off season.
I think I just heard about
James Franklin, at every opportunity, that's one of the first words that came out of his mouth, especially talking about the defense. Saw it on offense as well. They played the Vandals, who aren't very good. FCS school was a 42-point underdog. But we actually got to see this team play live for the first time since 2018 in the Citrus Bowl. Is the team speed that much different this year?
I think it's legitimate. I really do. You just see there's a different way these guys react to things, a different way that they move through the hole when they're cutting and things like that. It's just they've set out to create a team that is more talented than the one they had in 2014, and it's night and day. That's the word Terry Smith used 2 weeks ago to describe the change, and I think it goes not just for the talent, but certainly for the speed as well.
One more thing to wrap this up. It's amazing how easily they score points when they make a concerted effort to get KJ Hamler involved in the offense.
Right, absolutely.